What's on the menu today? Stovetop quick and easy chicken chili. Let's get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the ingredients we'll be using for today's episode. So first we're going to be using some leftover chicken breast. I used this chicken breast for a previous episode. If you guys have not yet watched that episode about the stromboli, check that out and come back to this one. So we're going to have that leftover chicken. That's our first ingredient. And then also we have some cumin here. We're going to be using cumin. That's one of the seasonings, as well as the accent seasoning, the famous Dave country roasted chicken seasoning. We're going to be using onion powder, the Kinder's garlic and herb with butter. It is so freaking good, guys. Then we're going to be using some garlic powder and chili powder. Now, addition to these seasonings, we're also going to be using the McCormick white chicken chili, and we're using that as our base. We also have some brown sugar, some apple cider vinegar, and in addition to our seasonings, we're going to be using these white cannellini beans, which is just white kidney beans. We're going to be using 2 cans of that, regular white beans or navy beans, and then some light red kidney beans as well. Also some organic tomato sauce and some diced tomatoes. We're going to be using a Rotel one, which is a diced tomatoes with green chilies. And then we're also going to be using another type of diced tomato as well. But these are all of our ingredients, and we are going to go ahead and get this meal started. Also, we're going to be making some Famous Dave's cornbread on the side. I'll be adding some cheddar. It's going to be really good. Now, to a large pot, we're going to be adding in our frozen peppers and onions. Guys, I love using the frozen peppers and onions. It makes things so much easier. Then we're going to add in our diced tomatoes. That was the Rotel one that had the spicy chilies in it. And then we're going to be using the Hunt's Petite Dice. They have basil, garlic, and onion. So that's going to add a lot to our flavor palette. And then we're also going to be adding organic tomato sauce. Really, really good. I love it. And we're going to go ahead and mix all of this up together, and we're going to let this kind of simmer for a while by itself, and then we'll be adding in our seasonings. So next we're going to be adding in the McCormick white chicken chili. We're going to be using both packages of this seasoning mix. Then we're going to be adding in some other seasonings now. We're going to be adding in our chili powder. And guys, I did not use a measuring spoon for a lot of these seasonings because I just base it off of what I see, what I normally use to cook with. But I'm going to say it's probably about 2 teaspoons of each of the seasonings, some even a tablespoon. So we have the chili powder, and then we have the cumin that was taking forever to come out. Next up, we have the Famous Dave country roasted chicken. I'm sorry. I literally am obsessed with this stuff. Okay, next up, we have the Kinder's garlic and herb with butter and sea salt. Like I said, I love this stuff, and I put in about a tablespoon of that. Next, we have our garlic powder and our onion powder. Again, I put about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of each of those. All right, so now that I have the seasoning base added in with the peppers, the tomatoes, and the tomato sauce, I'm going to go ahead and add in some brown sugar. Then I'm going to give it a good mix and make sure that all of my seasonings are well combined. It looks good already, guys. It just looks so good. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in about 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. Guys, I don't know why it works, but it works. It is so yummy and delicious. It just adds an extra something to that chili, and I can't make chili without it. So the chili has been going for probably about 15 minutes now. We're going to go ahead and add in our beans. So we have the light red kidney beans. We're going to add in the cannellini beans, about 2 cans of those, and then the navy beans. Guys, I just love this chili. The combination, the different textures of the beans, it is everything, along with the seasonings that have been added. This will be a good one. So we mixed in all of our beans, all of our seasonings. Everything's added. Now we're going to add in about 2 cups of water to this. We really want to make sure that this chili is delicious, but we don't want to make it too strong or too spicy. Adding that water also just gives it the time that it needs to slow cook and simmer. So I do add in 2 cups of water. It does not take away from any of the deliciousness that is in this pot. So I'm going to go ahead and mix everything together one more time. And then I'm going to put this on low and slow. On the lowest setting on my stove top, put the lid on it and let it cook and let it simmer for about 45 minutes.
Later.
All right, so it's been about 45 minutes and the chili is getting much thicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir it around a little bit just to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom of my pot. And then I'll go ahead and add in that cooked chicken breast. So this is about 2 chicken breasts. It's seasoned already from what I used it for previously. So again, adding much more flavor to this chili. So I'm adding it in there, and just adding that chicken alone made this chili much more thick and delicious. Oh my gosh, guys. It is going to be so freaking good. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for another 20 minutes or so. While that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start working on our cornbread. All right, so to a large mixing bowl, we're going to add in 1 package of the Famous Dave's cornbread mix. And we're going to follow the instructions that are given on the back of the box, which is 1/3 of a cup of milk, 1/3 of a cup of water, and 1 egg. And I did preheat the oven to 400 degrees. I have the 1 egg. I also have the 1/3 of a cup of water. And I did add extra milk. So you're going to see that there's milk already in here. Then I added about an additional 1/3 of a cup of milk. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix up the base of this cornbread mix before I add in my special ingredient. So now that it's mixed in, we're going to add in some Tillamook triple cheddar blend. We're going to add in that triple cheddar, and this is about 1 cup of cheese. So once we get the cup of cheddar added in, then we're going to go ahead and mix it up. While that cornbread is being mixed, we do have us a nice hot cast iron skillet with butter and oil ready to add in that mix to it. We're going to put that in that hot buttery grease, and then we're going to place this whole cornbread in the oven. So let's go ahead and add in our mixture to that hot grease. And no, it's not going to burn it. It's just going to add, oh my God, just a luscious crust around it. You guys, when this comes out of the oven, it is going to be fabulous. So we're going to go ahead and spread that cornbread mix around that hot cast iron skillet. Make sure it is all the way to the edge of that, and that butter and oil is going to come over on top of the cornbread, and that is perfectly fine. That's actually what you want it to do. So now that it's all mixed together and it's looking good and scrumptious, we're going to go ahead and place it inside of our oven. Oh, and don't come for me in the comments. My oven is old, but it works. So it's on 400 degrees. And we're going to place that cornbread in the oven. And while that cornbread is going, we're going to check on this chili. The chili is fully cooked, guys. It is ready to go. Now we're going to turn that heat off, place that lid back on top of it, and just let it sit and thicken up while we wait for the cornbread to come out of the oven, which will probably be in another 10 minutes or so. I cannot wait to get this in a bowl with that cornbread. Oh my goodness. All right, so the chili is ready. We have our chili, our chicken chili, stove top, quick and easy 1-pot chicken chili that looks so good. Oh my God, y'all, look at that. Look at all of those delicious ingredients. Then we have our Famous Dave's cornbread. We've added in some cheddar in there, and once you pull that cornbread, guys, that cheese is just gonna pull apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put my cornbread in the bowl. I mean, let's be real, that's what makes it so delicious. Now let's go ahead and taste it. Let's go ahead and dig in. That first bite, so delicious, guys. I cannot wait for you to try this one. When you use the white chili, the white chicken chili base, taste it from there, and then you determine how much more or less seasoning that you would like To be honest with you, I have never been one to measure seasonings. I've always gone by how it tastes, and this one works for me, guys. This one is so freaking good, and I cannot wait for you guys to try it out. Please comment down below. Let me know if you try it, or if you have your own chicken chili recipe, whether it's white chicken chili or just chicken chili. Let me know if you tried either one. Thank you so much for watching Sade's Cooking Creations. We truly appreciate you here. If you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, like today's video, turn on that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye.